Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. Yeah, CinemaCon this week. A week in which industry reps from all the major film studios pop along to Las Vegas, have a chin wag about all their new projects, try and get people excited, try and convince cinemas to screen films. I do worry the film industry is in a bit of dire straits. Absolutely fuck all out. What's out this weekend? All that's out this weekend is Minecraft, a Minecraft movie. This is a reaction to, is it a trailer? Is it a man? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a trailer? If they don't call it a trailer, is it a trailer? How does it work? Some people online have reacted to this footage as if it's a very long second trailer. So that's what we're going to do, because we reacted to the teaser for Superman, the new David Corenswet iteration of the Caped... No, it's not the Caped Crusader, that's Batman. What is he? It's just Superman. That's what he's, just Superman with his curl. We've also got Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. We've got Lois Lane, played by Rachel Brosnahan. As I say, David Corenswet with his curl, playing Clark Kent and Superman. Now, I think we were perhaps a little bit harsh. One thing I did like in the teaser was the dog. Is it Krypton? Is it Kryptonite? Is that the name of the dog, Krypton? And it was nice. It is interesting that James Gunn has directed this. He sort of takes quite a scatological approach to superheroes, or he has done with things like Guardians of the Galaxy. I kind of was a bit tight-lipped and a bit kind of raised eyebrow about whether this was the best place or subject with which to relaunch the or rebrand, if you like, the DC cinematic universe. And some of you very, very understandably said, well, what better place? I mean, he's the kind of origin story of origin stories for the origin of DC Comics. So to that extent, I think you've convinced me. I think it does make sense that Superman is the opening gambit. I do wonder whether with a very much changed superhero comic book franchise film adaptation landscape, is there going to be much purchase for the story of Superman? Is it going to be retold in the same way but slightly differently? Or are we going to go for a completely different approach? Is it going to be the same storyline? Or is it going to be a different origin story? What's it like? Is it like Shakespeare? Are you allowed to kind of depart from canon? I don't think you are. Certainly not when it comes to Superman. Something that a couple of you guys said, which really stuck with me in my teaser reaction, was the idea that this is trying to reach back to a slightly more innocent, sort of upbeat, possibly positive kind of iteration of Superman. None of this, it doesn't have to always be dark, it doesn't need to be heavy, it doesn't need to be psychoanalytical. Nina, I think you were saying, maybe this is appealing more to that sort of childlike wonder rather than the dark psychoanalytical troublesomeness of Joker and all that kind of stuff. I think maybe this film is about a feel-good, nostalgic reach back to a time of innocence. Because when you look at the original film and you look at Gene Hackman, late Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor, it was camp. It was camp as Christmas. So maybe a bit of campery is what we need. And maybe James Gunn's the right guy for that, because in a way Guardians of the Galaxy is quite camp too. Oh, nice. The Arctic looks like that. Up. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was going to be a silhouette. Oh, this is like the trailer. Wow, that would hurt. Oh. Oh. Sounds like me doing a Joe Wicks. Digging this. I like this. Super dog. Stop. Chi-Chi. Oh.
home. Home. Home.
Oh wow, some nice stalactite, stalagmite action there. Ooh.
Superman! Thank you.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Need 12. She's new.
He looked at me.
14 fractured bones.
Damage to bladder, kidney, large intestine, lungs.
But a healthy dose of yellow sun will have you up and at 'em in no time.
Level 4?
292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
He's back.
Well, really, that was an extended version of the same scene from the original trailer, with the original trailer pasted on the end. I have to say, I liked the time taken in the setting of Antarctica, at the Arctic even. I mean, I'm sure it's meant to be somewhere else. If it's not on Earth, is it another planet? Is it Krypton? But one thing I would say is that's exactly what the Arctic looks like. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if they actually shot those shots up there. It's absolutely stunning. Everything is so blue. It's not white. Everything is blue. The dog, Krypton the dog. What a cutie, and some really nice, and not animatronic, but, you know, CGI kind of computer animation with that dog, so that you feel it's real, but it sort of stays on the right side of, not cartoon, but, you know, it stays on the right side of fictional character, so that you know that it could do anything, and yet it's very dog-like. It's very, you know, this weird thing with all these Disney films where they do they call it the real life Lion King. No, it's not. It's the Lion King with CGI making animals look more lifelike, but they have zero capacity for kind of character expression because they're so lifelike in their animalism. Well, this animal looks animally, looks like Chi-Chi, but white. It behaves like a dog. But James Gunn likes that, doesn't he? James Gunn likes things like raccoons, like sharks, and even in Peacemaker, he likes the eagle. John Cena's Eagle, sort of as a kind of ally or a kind of, sort of assistant, if you like, playing second fiddle to the main event. I'm always curious with Superman, when he was brought into that sort of kryptonite kind of home place where he's going to be given basically some sun treatment. It's like a spa, isn't it? It's like the ultimate spa at the top of the world. And as he runs in and those robots, I like that. We're AI, we don't have emotions, but she's, oh my God, he's winked at me. I feel so suddenly all funny and weak at the knees. It's always curious with Superman, isn't it, that he actually gets injured. So they say he'd hurt his bladder, he'd hurt his back. I wonder how the gradations of injury work with him, because we would have all struggled with our bladder and our hip and our arm if we'd landed in the snow like that. But he's Superman, isn't he? He's supposed to not feel anything. So I quite like sort of introducing and building into him a sense of fallibility in the most ordinary of ways. And then again, in the revisit of the rest of the trailer, just a reminder of what we've got to come, really. And I have to say, I think I'm in agreement with everything everyone said when they said, look, Mark, cheer up. Everything doesn't have to be dark and twisted and deeply sort of intellectual and moody. This could be feel-good, nostalgic. It's maybe something we need, escapism. Maybe this will appeal back to and reach back to the very origins of what comics were. Comics, if I think back to the 70s and what I got from a comic, regardless of which character it was I was drawn to, it was Swamp Thing or Thor or whoever, it was a sunny escapism. And that's the weird thing. And I think the sunniness less came from the fact that they were sunny, but it just came from the primary coloured nature of them. Colourful characters doing colourful things, where great big dramas were playing out. And yet, at the edges of it all, because it was so ultimately make-believe, it was safe drama and safe love and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm on board. I'm excited about this. Are you?